Yo, what's up? Okay, so I would like to speak about sidereal astrology today and how it's flawed and how people are they're kind of getting the wrong idea of how this all works. Um, so sidereal is cool because it's connecting with the actual celestial bodies, the stars, the planets, all the stuff up there. But the thing about it is it's wrong to try to use sidereal to do readings and things like that. To try to read energies and read people, read situations, read days, things. It's not for reading. Essentially, at this point in time, sidereal is basically just astronomy. Um, it's just astronomy. Back then, it worked when the system with like Aries being the first sign and stuff. When that was started, um, it worked because it was originally sidereal because they were using the actual sky. But what they did with tropical is essentially a snapshot of the original points that they marked for the first through 12 signs. Okay, so it's a snapshot, and they did that because they realize that over time the signs are shifting. So as you can see, like on the screen right here, this is the spring equinox. So like right here would be like the first day of Aries. So if you look, the sun right now, it's in Pisces. If you're using sidereal, the sun is in Pisces. It's in the actual physical constellation Pisces. But the thing is this is the time for Aries. In sidereal, they're gonna give you Pisces sun. Why is that wrong though? Because we have to understand, why is Aries Aries? Aries is Aries the ram, the god of war, um, the sign of Mars and the first house. It's all these things, cardinal fire, it's all these things because it's a symbol that we created to help us understand the energies of that time of the year. The symbol, the constellation, the sign is just a way for us to have a symbol of that energy, so we can see it. We can see it and we can understand it better. So why is it a ram? Rams, they represent springtime. This is springtime. Aries is the beginning of spring. So um, we have cardinal. It's cardinal fire, right? Cardinal is about initiation. It's about um, stepping out and going head on at things, and approaching things. Um, and if you look at a ram, that's what they do. They go head on, and also it represents the head too. Rams go head first. They that's what they do. They bash heads into each other. Um, and they're quite impulsive, and they're full of testosterone, and they're very um, they like to procreate, and that's why they represent the springtime, because springtime is about life, is about fertility. It's about things regrowing from the winter, which killed everything. Things are growing back, and life is coming back. Light is coming back. So that's why we use the ram, because the ram just embodies this part of the year where the sun is. So how the hell can we say that you're a Pisces then? Okay? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, they're going to tell you that you're a Pisces because the sun is in Pisces physically, like in the sky when you go look at it, which you can't actually look at the sun in a sign in reality, but you understand what I'm saying. We could even use the moon, for example. You go out and look at the moon um, at night, and and it's in a sign. They're gonna say you're that sign because the moon is in that sign, actually in that sign, as far as sidereal works. But that's just not the case. Right now, if we were to use that concept, we would have to look at these stars right here that are Pisces. These all these stars here, right? And we would have to basically we'd have to do this. We'd have to just look at the stars like from a new point of view, create a whole new sign with it that represents that energy again that Aries once represented, that has now evolved into a whole different thing. And Aries is over here now. This is Aries. You know, Aries is now in the position where Taurus used to be. So Taurus again represents the fixed phase of springtime, the bull. I'm not going to go into it, but you understand what I'm trying to say. The the constellations are things that we've created. Each culture even has different constellations. People are so attached to these 12 constellations. Um, People just they can't let go of them. Like for example, Aquarius. It's a man pouring a pot of water. It's Ganymede. Ganymede, the cupbearer of the gods. Okay? But I think it's Mayan or Aztec, one of those, they looked at it as a bat. And you can see it kind of looks like a bat. Like these are the wings. The wings are right here, and there's the body, and it's a flying bat. You know, in Vedic astrology, they have Makara. I think, how do you say Makara, something like that, for Capricorn, which is like a crocodile mixed with a peacock, mixed with um, a whole bunch of animals mixed together. It's like a chimera or whatever you call it. And like some constellations like Scorpio, it's consistent with like almost every culture. They all see it as a Scorpio, but still, I can see this as so many things. A snake. I can see it as a. It kind of looks like some kind of like a aquatic animal, like a hammerhead shark or something. Um, I don't know. Let your imagination run wild. There's these things like can be looked at in so many different ways. Leo could be looked at as a not just a lion. I mean, you could say that's, I don't know, a horse. I don't know. Let your imagination run wild. These are just these are just some people's ideas of what these looked like, and that animal that they saw, it matched the that time of the year, and that's how these things were created. So just know that you can create your own zodiac if you want to. You don't have to follow these particular 12 signs. It's easy to do. It's easier to do it that way, but I'm just trying to let you know that basically these are just symbols that we made. What matters is where the sun is, where the moon is, where whatever planet is in the zodiac, in space, you know. Um, that's what's actually producing the energy. the constellation's not producing the energy. We know that because, again, the sun is here, okay, and it's still springtime. It's still cardinal spring. Cardinal spring is first sign. It's not Pisces. It's not 12th sign. It's not a fish. It's not two fish. Two fish don't represent cardinal spring. So I hope that makes sense. Um, and in the next video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how tropical gets it kind of messed up. And I'm going to explain tropical a little bit. Um, but yeah, sidereal. It like it's the best thing to do to go out and actually use the real sky, the real stars, the real planets, real time. But you have to understand that things have shifted since um like when we established this system with Aries as the first sign, because Aries was not always the first sign or the ram or whatever. Originally, the first sign um, came before the constellation Aries, and it was totally different back then. But somewhere around, I think, if I'm not mistaken, around 1800 BC, they established this new order, this new system with these 12 signs, because before there was 17, 18, something like that. And yeah, it went through the Greeks, and they created like the signs we have now. Might have, yeah, I think it was the Greek, yeah, the Greeks, not the Romans, the Greeks. But yeah, so and yeah, things have shifted. We can't keep trying to recycle like Vedic astrologers. They're taking signs and like recycling them basically. Like they're too hooked on to the constellation itself. They're not looking at the energies. They're not they're not focusing on energies. They're focusing on constellations. To them, constellations are like gods. It's super religious, and that's why it's boxed in. It has a box, a barrier, a boundary, a limitation around it. And the thing about the universe and the thing about astrology and life and everything is it changes, it evolves, and you could think of you could think of the signs as living beings, and as they transition and we enter new ages and things like that, new like the order changes each time we enter a new age, the order changes. So we need to adapt with that, and we can't just, because as you can see with Vedic, and then we have just sidereal astrology itself, or 13 signs. What do they call that? True sidereal, which okay, whatever. It's still not correct if you're doing it this way. You have to adapt. You have to realize that Aries over here is over here, okay? That this is where cardinal spring happens. Cardinal spring is fire, okay? It's 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 Mars, okay? Pisces the fish, is that Mars? No, it's not. Is that fire? Is that cardinal spring? No, it's not. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And check out the next video because I'm going to be breaking down tropical, explaining a bit how it works and stuff, and then also showing you that how it's incorrect in some ways too. But it's definitely a better option than this one, whether it's just sidereal or Vedic or whatever. Don't use sidereal for readings. Use it for, if you want to look at your nakshatras, or you want to know which fixed stars that maybe your sun or moon or whatever is in conjunction with and stuff like that. But other than that, don't get too lost into it because it's so appealing. Natural astrology. Oh, we're using the actual stars. Yeah, you are, but you're not doing it in the right way. So, thanks for listening, and yeah, check out that next one. It's gonna be good too. Peace.